follow me down, head into the unknown, down the rabbit hole, where it stops, no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. And Melissa is with me today. I don't have like a whole lot of time. Let me tell you, my last few days have been nuts. I'll tell you the story after a bit, but truth be told, I missed everybody and I wanted to talk because of some of the stuff that's come out. How are you doing today, Melissa? What's going on today?
I am good. Let's see. I went with my sister to town earlier. I am enjoying the fact that I've had the last several days off because I've been able to catch up on housework and have a lot of quality family time. So I'm loving it. But I'm doing good. I do have an announcement about my channel, though. I want to say it real quick before I forget, if you don't mind. I am not going to pursue getting monetized. And part of that is because I don't want the headache and I'm not going to really, make money. That's not what it's about. But the way my schedule is with work, where I am gone so much, it just doesn't make a lot of sense for me to do it. I don't think I would be able to keep the watch hours up to where they need to be and all that. So I'm just not going to pursue it. I may change my mind later, but me covering these cases with you or Sunny, or like I do behind the scenes a lot, it just isn't something I want somebody to be able to say, well, you're doing it for money. And that's a me thing. I'm not saying you or Sunny or anybody else does that. But I just don't want the headache of it. So I'm at this time have decided not to monetize my channel. Somebody did ask for the link to the document I created. Keep in mind, people, I am behind on putting stuff in, but I did drop it in both your chat and my chat, and it's always in the link of all the description of my videos as well.
Yeah, and it's always in my community as well. I've got it posted in my community page as well. And I totally get that, Melissa, about being monetized, because it does take hours. It does take, consistency and some work to it. And honestly, to make money, it costs money. So I understand that. And even like, I don't know, maybe for me, all I can speak for is me. When I first started this, everybody knows why I started doing this on my own. And it had absolutely nothing to do with being monetized. I feel blessed and lucky that it happened so quickly for me. I didn't even realize it was happening when it happened. But at the end of the day, some people make a career out of this YouTube thing. And as long as you're being honest and open about it and transparent about it, I don't think it's a bad thing. But when you put the the time in that some of the creators put in. I have absolutely no issue, paying for a membership or giving a donation here and there. It's so
Standard mode.
sorry about that. I'm trying this new thing where I have to listen really carefully to hear Melissa, because my audio now is going to be coming through my laptop, which I have moved as far away from my microphone as I possibly can, and that's all trying to get rid of the echo. So hopefully that works out a little bit better if I'm not quick enough on my mute button, and it'll keep the conversation going without the huge, horrible echo. Yeah. And so about 4 days ago, Ian's parents called and said, hey, guess what? We want to come up and see the house. They've never been here. And they're in their 80s. So Ian's like, okay. And they said, well, we'll wait till Monday to make sure. We'll see how the dentist goes on Monday and how we're feeling. And then, if all goes well, we'll head up on Tuesday. Okay. So then when Ian told me that, he's like, so that just tells me they're probably not going to come. Guess what? They're coming. And so it has been a mad dash to get 2 rooms ready for them to stay for a couple of days. So they're going to be here in a few hours. This is why I don't have a lot of time. This is why the early live stream, I'm not expecting a whole lot of people in here. But I know that there is some kind of, not even drama, but people are talking about Brandon and his statements and the kind of discrepancies and stuff. And then Monsters of Sabotage put out this phone call interview, I believe, between Chrissy when she was with Please Bring Me Home and Alvin. So I want to listen to that, and I want to get you guys' thoughts and where everybody sits with the whole Brandon statement thing. Who's lying, and is it going to help us at all? That's kind of where I want to go with it today. Like I said, just a quick chat to catch up before I have to take a couple of days and put all my time and energy into Ian's parents.
Do you get along with his parents?
Very well. They're in their 80s, but they're very young 80s, and they're very kind people, but they have a wicked sense of humor. The first time I met them, it was on my birthday weekend, and Ian took me there for the weekend. And when I walked in, well, we got about halfway there. They live about 4 hours away, so we were driving down there, and got about halfway, and he's like, I guess I should probably tell you, my parents they're very religious. They're very, very religious. And so we have to sleep in separate beds. I'm like, okay. And I have just, no offense to like super religious people, but I'm just not overly comfortable. Like I can't be myself, I guess. I always I don't want to offend anybody ever. So I'm already nervous as shit, right? So then add that on. Now I have to sleep in a separate room in a strange house. Okay, fine. He goes, oh, also, by the way, Sunday church is not negotiable. We have to do that. Sunday just happened to be my birthday. So I'm just like, at that point, I was like, you know what, motherfucker? I don't even want to go anymore. But I didn't say that. I was still, okay. So anyways, they played this along for like an entire day, right up until bedtime. They made me think that I was in like the house of the Lord, and it was very uncomfortable, and they got me. They absolutely were not religious, and they played it up so well. And you know what? Revenge is best served cold. It's been a few years since that happened. And so I happen to know now that his dad, Bill, absolutely hates the sound of ticking clocks, the old school ticking clocks.
Please tell me you put a clock in every room that ticks.
No, ma'am, but I happen to own a grandfather clock that not only ticks, but chimes on the hour every hour. So that's in his bedroom. I will move it out right before bedtime, but you know what? Fuck him.
That is hilarious.
Yes, he's earned it. He's earned it. Well, first, we told them that we don't have beds or anything set up, so they're gonna have to sleep on air mattresses. And then last night I sent them a message on Facebook. I have a group message with them, and I was like, "You guys don't happen to have a patch kit, do you?" and his mom, she's got a great sense of humor, but she said, no, but I can stop and pick one up and maybe some duct tape too. I said, yeah, maybe Gorilla Glue as well, because Bill's bed has the bigger hole in it. And she said, okay. And then we were just talking about supper or whatever. And I said, well, I'll have to ask Ian. I said, but he's busy right now. He's blowing up the beds right now, and the pump broke, so he's using his lungs, so it might take me a while to get back to you. She never answered me back, so I'm hoping that they believe. But I also have, like, in this place here, this is the B&B suite until upstairs is done. So in the second bedroom here, I have 2 twin beds set up for my grandkids. We're going to take them there and say, well, like, we know that you guys can't sleep in the same bed, but you don't mind sleeping in the kids' room, right? Like, but in reality, we cleaned out the other suite next door, and there's a king bed and a queen bed, separate bedrooms. Everything is cool for them, but we're going to make them think it's not so cool. So it should be entertaining, to say the least.
I love when people play pranks. Nick was good at that. He was always playing pranks on people. I love it. One of his favorite shows, it was Impractical Jokers. That boy would sit there and cackle. And it's like, oh my God, I would kill him if he did half those things. But yeah, I get it. You got to have some kind of fun, right?
You do, especially like Gren said, like surprise in-law visit. Like, how dare you? Honestly, like, you've had all this time to come to this house and you choose to drop it on me right at the very end of the construction of everything ever, and all of the mess just happens to be in the suite where we need to put them. So I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with it. It'll be good. So I see Universal, you're asking about Shan's channel. I believe all she did was she just made it private for now. And again, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate you. And I'm gonna, because I just babbled for so long, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. I would hide a clock. Okay, so Ian's sister, she does this thing where because Bill will take the clocks that she has, and now she's taken to hiding the clocks. Very, she's very creative about where she's, even like inside mattresses and stuff, but he finds them every time. And so she'll buy a new one and take it there. So they have this war thing going on. And I'm not interested in starting a clock war. It's a grandfather clock. He ain't moving it. We need a dolly to move it, and I will move it. But he can't move it. He can't hide it. I mean, if he gets really annoyed, I guess he could take the batteries out of it. But, whatever. It is what it is. It'll be good. So, Masters of Chaos, Damien, Bev, everybody, thank you so much for being here. Baby Monkey, Bobby Joe, Gypsy Flo. Who else? Little Black Bear, hey. And Lynn, nice to see you. Hey, Blueberry. Cindy B. Kelly, nice to see you. Strawberry Wine, hello. And I'm missing people. Susie Mack, hey, sorry. Universal. Yeah, I do. At Christmas time, I get along with them really well at Christmas time because of, like I say, revenge is best served cold. This is definitely not the first snapback I've given them. Bill, have you guys ever played that oven mitt game where you wrap up lottery tickets or whatever in saran wrap and over again until you got this giant ball and people have to like unwrap it while they're wearing oven mitts? Funnest game in the world. But I did that to Bill, and in the middle of it, I put a little, actually it was about this big, Christmas ball from Walmart. Cost me $1, and it's all glittery and pink. It's a beautiful little Christmas ball, but it was plastic, cheap as shit. But he had to, and I videotaped the whole thing. It was so funny. But I didn't make him wear oven mitts, but he had to unwrap the whole thing to get to his gift, which was this cheap plastic pink glittery Christmas ball. He thought it was funny, but then he tried to get me back and it sucked. But
I
Anyway,
played that game with my nieces and nephews, and we put like candy throughout it. And I forget we put, I don't know, like a $5 little toy in the middle. It is a fun game. It really is.
it is. My daughter's ex's in-laws, they would play it on New Year's. It was one of their New Year's games, but I mean, it was stacked. They had 50s in there. They had lottery tickets in there. They had like concert tickets in there. It was a huge deal. It was the funnest game ever, but a lot of money they put into that, and that was kind of their New Year's Eve extravaganza, right? So, pass the parcels, another one, yeah. So I'm gonna get going on this video here. I want to point out for Ron Mexico, my Bad Broad shirts, Golden Girls. I thought I'd wear this for Ron Mexico today. But I had to turn my heater on because my sound is so low, so I might have to put a sweater on, but just take a picture. Golden Girls, that's me. Old lady. Anyways, okay. Did you watch the Monsters of Sabotage video? It's Alvin's phone call. Have you watched that yet, Melissa?
Not that one, I haven't. I've been kind of behind. Like I said, I've taken kind of this time when I got home to deal with my health and my swelling, and taken a lot of personal family time. So I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, what I'm going to do actually, because of my sound issue, I'm going to send you the link, and it's got the timestamp just to get past their intro, I guess. But where are you? I just sent you this. Whatever. It's going to be in the mod chat, okay? But if you wouldn't mind pulling this up real quick, like just like I said, because of my sound issue, it'd probably just be better. And then while we're doing that, I'm going to put a sweater on, even though I feel like I might be having a hot flash. I also don't feel good, you guys. Like, this is crazy. But anyways, I'm glad everybody has watched it. But yes, it adds to the confusion because, okay, let's just be real here, okay? Tell me if I'm crazy, because now I wonder, and this is why it's so important to explain, put things into context, because I don't know if this video is trying to insinuate that Alvin is lying or that Chrissy was mistaken. Okay? So if this video is supposed to say, well, Alvin is lying about not giving a statement, so we're supposed to believe that Alvin is lying, but what, as a member of the public, what makes Brandon more credible than Alvin to us, who don't know any of them, who haven't talked to any of them? Do you know what I'm saying? So I wished that the Monsters of Sabotage video would have been put into better, without, yeah, but root strength, I don't know. I feel like Chrissy she's got to be connected to Monsters of Sabotage. So you took it as Chrissy is lying or mistaken. But I don't know, man. Hey, boss man. Nothing, not one bit. Yeah. It's supposed to say that Alvin didn't verify. In fact, he denied that Hayden or anyone was up on that road. Right. So that's the point. What makes Alvin more credible to us, the public who don't know anybody? I mean, they're both in the same pile with me. I don't know them. I haven't heard from either of them. So anyways, Melissa, please, let's just listen to the call now. Where is it? You had it. Where'd it go? Melissa. Oh, there you are. Okay. What is going on?
I was gonna say it's backstage. You just have to add it to the stage.
It won't come up. Just a minute. Just a minute. There we go. Oh, for Pete's sake, that's why. I see it now. Never mind. Duh. Okay. Can you make it extra large screen and I'll mute myself and you can just we'll watch this and we will. Are any of them telling the truth? Hopeful? Let's talk about it after. I will be starring your comments, so let's go.
Before I hit play, do you want closed caption on for those that can't hear it?
Absolutely. If you're able to do that, that would be fantastic. Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself and play this out.
Or flop, I gotta be this or that. Either you're cool to say cat or dead. If it ain't right.
Good afternoon. How are you doing? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Not too bad. You sound like you're in a bad mood.
So I have closed captions on, but your yeah, that and the banner are over the words.
No, I'm just confused by who's calling me. Oh, I'm sorry. Is this Alvin? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just calling you because I was looking over the case of Jack and Lilly, and we did have a tip come in that you had seen the driver in the morning of 10:45. Okay. So the only thing, sir, that I was trying to clear up was that somebody had given us a tip. I'm just following up, trying to find out whether or not this tip is accurate, stating that you were on Lansdowne Road. At what time? The tip says between 10:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. Okay, I'm going to see. I don't know if you're the investigator or not, to be honest with you. Okay, sir, would you feel more comfortable calling into Crime Stoppers than leaving it there? I'd like to know who gave you the tip. Well, I don't even know myself, sir. They come in anonymously online. I don't feel, no, I don't feel, I wish I know. No, I'm not, I can't, no. You're not a reporter. You better swear that you're not a reporter. I promise you, sir, I am not a reporter. No, I do.
So I have a quick question. Why did she not identify herself as a PI or explain who she is instead of just starting out with questions? That would be my first question. I see you're unmuted, Char, but I'm not hearing you talk.
Oh, sorry. I had my microphone also muted. I think because, and I agree with you, but I think it is important to verify that you're not a reporter, you're not a YouTuber, nothing like that. But I also think it would have been, good for her to say, I'm a private investigator. I've been retained by, whoever, member of the family, whoever. But good question. Good question. Yep.
I just had to ask that. I'll keep playing it. And my sound is all the way up, so I can't help the sound any.
Do not have shenanigans. Because the other night, I was laying on the phone and someone messaged me wanting to know the same freaking BS that, you know what I mean? And were they an officer? I don't know who it was. I just looked at it. It was something.
Can you pause it for a second, Melissa? What was that about shenanigans? Because I will point out that Shan only started her channel after me, which was October. So when did this conversation take place? We'll look at the comments later, Damien. I know what you said in chat there, but we'll have a look at it. But if anybody has any insight to that, that would be good to know too, because Shenanigans didn't have her channel until late October. It was after me. So go ahead.
And were they an officer?
I don't know who it was. I just looked at it. It was somebody named that start with D, and I just blocked them. I didn't want to bother with the BS at all.
Okay.
I just blocked it. They wanted information because let Darren, what do you call him? Darren Geddes?
Okay.
Darren Geddes gave me my name, gave him his name or something. You know how Dagwood, he's all over the shenanigans everywhere. He thinks he is a detective.
Sir, I don't know. I honestly don't know what you mean by shenanigans.
This better not be one of those prank calls because, well, I'm going to tell you right now that BS. There was no way I was up that road at whatever time you told me. Hello?
I'm listening, sir.
What time did you say?
I have here that it happened between 10:30 a.m. and 11 a.m.
C-U-L-L. There's no way I was up there. At 10:30 that morning, I seen you mounties down at my sister's place. I go up the road. I was up there for a few minutes. I come back down, and I went in there. He was checked with Constable Mason. Constable Mason was there, and me and my brother Ron stood there till we were out in the woods. And I was in the woods by whatever, 11, but an hour later. But there's no way. I've never seen no blanket, no treaty at 10:30 in the morning.
No, it wasn't a tree, or I'm sorry, it doesn't say here in the tip that it has to do with a blanket. It says that you were in a silver vehicle and you were pulled alongside with another vehicle.
That's bull.
Okay. Would you be willing to swear to a statement?
There's no way. Pardon?
I said, would you be willing to swear to a statement?
I swear to God that I was not. I go right up to my brother Ron. He told Anthony, and another cop up in Halifax there that I already gave my statement to him.
Okay. Okay, well, I will just submit this tip then, as I've clarified with you, and if they have any further questions, I'm sure they'll just follow up.
It was around 3:30 in the afternoon that I seen a couple of vehicles on the side of the road. And I stopped and asked Cindy Ward what was going on. In this black Honda Civic around 3:30 in the afternoon, because I was heading up to Brother Ron's there that afternoon, and I had to go up there to take the coolness off me because look for the kids all that morning. Went to Brother Ron there and had to go and pick up the weight there at 5 o'clock down the trench. There was no way I was up there at 10:30 that morning talking to no vehicle on the side of the road. Whoever told you that must have been Cindy Ward or somebody else. There's no way I stopped.
Okay.
There's no other vehicle on the road that morning. I went up to my brother Ron.
Now, you said something about a black Honda Civic?
Yeah, it was, what the hell? It was, Malia's stepbrother.
Okay, I'm not sure. Is there a name?
Hayden or Hayden? Hayden, isn't it? Hayden, I think his name is.
Oh.
There's two girls in the car.
Did you?
Like I said, I'll give you this information. This better not come back on me. Like I said, I already gave them out his flight report that day.
Okay, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Where
Sound station.
Nobody. I'm not wrong. Whoever gave you that information, that was Paul.
Okay.
Cindy Ward, I like to press charges against her, and she's the one that's dragging my friggin' name through the.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that, sir. My job is just to clear up the tips, that's all.
It was 7 months. 7 months since those kids were missing. That my name is all over the friggin', what do you call it, Facebook. I want to be left alone.
Okay.
I just want to be left alone. I didn't even know kids were mad in the heat, be honest with you. The first time I laid eyes on those kids, be honest with you, man, it's the day I went down with my brother Mark, and that was the search for them. That's the first time. And the only reason why I didn't go down is because my sister, because I don't like the little, my sister's son, because he's a conniving little. I never laid eyes on those kids in my life. May 2nd, it's the first time I ever laid eyes on those kids. The pictures of them.
Okay. Okay, well,
I swear to.
So I just want to say, I'm going to have to record this and I'm going to put it through my little app that reduces noise and enhances volume so I can hear him better. But he just said, if I'm not correct and if I'm not mistaken, that he'd never laid eyes on the kids until May, and May was the first time he laid eyes on the kids. Well, May 2nd is when they went missing. So when in May did he see the kids?
And if he lives in that area, the kids lived there for 2 years? That's odd. Did she follow up with that? On that? Do you know?
I don't know because I haven't heard this, but I mean, I'll play it out. That was just something that just struck me, so I wanted to say it real quick.
It's crazy.
There was nobody on that road at 10:30 in the morning that I stopped to talk to. I don't know who the hell gave you back. You can't trust nobody these days. And to be honest with you, I wasn't born to be a liar. That's one thing. I was not born to be a liar, and I can guarantee you right now, I've seen the first mountie come up Union Center Road there, and the first mountie, I don't know who it was. He passed me, and I called them out. Two mounties' cars were behind me. I called McKay's there. I pulled over, I called them right out, and I ran right up to my brother's lawns there. I never stopped talking to nobody. Right, my brother Ron, I asked what was going on with my sister. Now my sister's his wife. There's 3 mountie cars down there. So Ron was going to take my mother in town that morning. He said, "Do you mind, Mama, if I go down and see what's going on?" So me and Ron, I took the great car down, my wife's Honda Civic, and Ron took his truck down, and we down there and we found out the kids went missing. And we weren't allowed in the woods because Constable Mason wouldn't let us in the woods.
okay. Well, I really appreciate your time.
What did you think her name was?
I'm sorry?
Pardon?
Hello?
What did you say her name was again?
Hello?
Yeah, what did you say her name was again? Yeah.
Hello, you
Yeah. In the sabotage. In the sabotage. In the sabotage. Yeah. In the sabotage. Yeah. Too many voices, too many games, too many.
Okay, so essentially they just play their outro at this point.
So what do we think? I mean, that's a little, I don't like it. Not gonna lie, I don't like it. Well, what are your thoughts? And I'll go to my starred comments. I don't know if you want to keep an eye on the real-time chat, and I'm gonna go into the starred comments.
I'm with you. I don't necessarily like it. One, because it's so hard to hear what he's saying. But two, like I said, why did she not at the very beginning say, "Hello, my name is Joe Smo. I'm on this case," or whatever. So there's that. And then if he never laid eyes on the kids until May, even if it was pictures that he's seen, that wouldn't be, it would be more for me. It would be, I've never seen the kids, only in pictures after they went missing or something. Like the way he said it is what bothers me. So I'm like you. I don't necessarily like it. And I don't think that, I'm not trying to start anything with Daleen or Chrissy here, but that was the most unprofessional PI call I've ever heard.
Can you jump down to the comments? Apparently she followed up in the comments. I'd like to see what she had to say in the comment section.
Hold on. Let me try to figure out how to. There it is.
I think you just have to exit full screen or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll just kind of scroll here and you tell me when to stop.
Well, I don't know. Does she have her name on there? Sunshine Chrissy, I think. Or I don't know what she would have commented on there, just for the record.
So it says, just for the record, in December or January, I contacted Alvin to verify details that had been provided to me by Brandon. The purpose of that call was to gather information for a report I was submitting. Alvin knew he was being recorded and knew that the information would be forwarded to Crime Stoppers. So maybe she said who she was beforehand, before this part. Maybe it was cut out. I don't know. I even asked whether he would be willing to provide a sworn statement. He was given several options: speak with me, have a police officer take his statement, or submit the information directly to Crime Stoppers himself. I'm going to enlarge this so people can see what it's saying. I apologize for the poor quality of the recording. It was terrible, and the device has since been replaced. When I shared the information with the members of Monsters of Sabotage, and it eventually appeared in a video, it was done to present another side of the story, not as a reflection of my personal opinions, beliefs, or conclusions. In the recording, Alvin states that he provided a statement to a Halifax police officer in December. He also says, I swear on the Bible, there was nobody on that road at 10:30 in the morning. I am not making any accusations. I am simply seeking clarification. If Alvin was not present at that location, and time, how was he able to make that statement with such certainty? If there is additional context or information that explains it, then that information should be considered as well. The goal should not be to defend one version of events or attack another. The goal should be to establish the facts. The only way this case will be solved is if all the cards are put on the table and all relevant information is examined openly and honestly. Thank you. To which Monsters of Sabotage replies, if anyone criticizes you for submitting this, don't even listen. It's always someone trying to fit a narrative. All sides of the story should always be considered when forming opinions. I agree with that, but I also have a lot, like I said, I have questions about it. Why was it not, hey, my name is Chrissy Travers, I'm with Please Bring Me Home, or I'm working with Daleen, or I'm working on behalf of Belinda, or something to that nature. That bugs me.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. It gives it a little bit of a sketchy feel, but I mean, I can overlook that. But there are a lot of other comments here. Maybe because Brandon has worked on searches before, but also Alvin could be playing along. Playing along with who, Susie Mack? Elephant actually stated that the pink blanket wasn't even in the tree when he was there. Brandon, you mean? He seems to have his times mixed up. Does he, though? Who's to say? Isn't it illegal for a PI to impersonate an officer? I don't know that we know that that happened. I don't know that I'm comfortable going all that far, but I agree. She probably should have just said, I'm a private investigator retained by the family. However, if it was recent, like I was reading in chat, then chances are if he talked to any of the family, they might have been biased against that particular PI for like obvious reasons, for the Mackenzies or even Malaya's side to want to divulge any information to. I don't know. I think
it would be illegal for anybody, not just a PI, to impersonate an RCMP officer. But I don't get the impression that's what she was doing by any means. And I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that. I just don't understand why it wasn't, XYZ, I'm so-and-so. But I wouldn't say that she was trying to impersonate an RCMP officer.
Yeah, same. That's not what I took from it. I just kind of a reluctance to say who she was, maybe. Fact remains, Chrissy told everyone all over the internet that she spoke to Alvin, and he confirmed it and made a statement. Now Brandon been caught, and she wants to save face. It's not about whether or not Alvin is credible. It is about the fact that they all stated that Alvin confirmed and made a statement to RCMP verifying Brandon's version of the morning event. Exactly. So this call kind of, to me, if this next comment is accurate, this to me makes it seem like we're saying we made a mistake with Brandon made a mistake, and that's me being kind, right? And is that, am I picking up what you're all laying down here? Is that what you're getting from it as well, that Brandon might have been mistaken with his information, and the fact that Alvin did not give a statement back then? I'm reaching for the right words here, Melissa.
I don't know so much that it's whether or not he's credible. Like she said, she's just running down the tip and trying to confirm it. But I'm gonna say it. I might get enemies for saying this, but it's not necessarily her job to confirm it either. That would be the RCMP's job to confirm that. But I can also understand the flip side of that, of her trying to run down a lead to make sure that it's credible before she pursues it any further. I don't know. I don't think he's being dishonest, but I don't think it's about credibility as much as this is the whole conversation.
Right. I mean, hopefully, even if this was in December, January, that's, months later, and a lot had happened publicly, like on social media. So, the fact is, we don't know who Alvin is, or even if he has a strong relationship with Daniel or his family, or if he was kind of up to date with all the, I'll use his word, shenanigans that was going on, Did she say she was the police? No, but she. So when I'm asked, would you be willing to give a sworn statement? That is most definitely something law enforcement would ask. She's not asking for the sworn statement. So again, a little bit of a word salad, maybe semantics, but she didn't say she was a police officer. She didn't claim to be an investigator, but she probably, to me, in my opinion, like I said, I don't know if he would have given information if she said, I am a private investigator. I don't know. I don't know what to think here.
I can see where you're at with that, because I'm like you. If somebody says, will you give a sworn statement, I'm going to assume, if I'm not visually looking at you, that you're an officer. So I don't know. I think there's a lot of implications, and, I may see it different than somebody else does. So I think it's all about perception there as well. But my question would be, has Brandon spoken to the RCMP? Has he given a statement? And if so, and he's not coming out publicly and talking, was he told by RCMP not to?
So this was just sent to me. Apparently this was a live premiere. This was the comment. This was the live chat. And it's Daleen saying, did he say Alvin? Teresa Wing said yes. Daleen said, Hayden, what the hell? Wow. So did she not know? Like, I am beside myself confused. And I already know what's going to happen. I'm going to get messages saying, why didn't you just ask if you were confused? Because this is kind of what I do. I want to hear what everybody thinks. Let's get it out. Let's talk about it. What else do we have here? Wouldn't it be in the documents? Well, I would think so, even redacted. Mind you, did any of this require a search warrant? Because that's basically what we saw. What are the judicial authorizations, applications, and statements? So we just heard that Alvin hadn't given a statement, so I would say no. But again, the documents that we got is less than 1% of the entire investigative file, right? So that means nothing, really. At the very least, not giving her name at the end and pretending she couldn't hear it is sketchy as fuck. No one knows if this audio is complete, and perhaps something was implied or said that we don't hear. Could be. Wait, who is this guy? This is Alvin McKenzie, one of Janie's brothers. He is the fellow that was included in Brandon Lemieux's statement that he saw on the road with or nearby the Emily Oakley, Hayden, who found the pink t-shirt. In my opinion, I couldn't understand him most of the time, and should a policeman be the one to ask and call? I mean, how can you even prove that's him? Fair enough. And depends. Like, I would be interested to know if this call, people are saying it's very recently as last week. Other people are saying December, January. I would be interested to know if investigators had talked to him up to this point at all. But sounds to me like he wasn't even there. So, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon picked him out of like a photo lineup. It's not like he knows these people personally. Expose them all, and no one finds it sus that both Shannon Hudson and Teabag use the same nickname, Shenanigans. Well, their names are both Shannon, so it's kind of common, I think. Grindel, yes, even if it was redacted, they used other witness names. Why wouldn't they have used this? Right, and somebody else said tips weren't in the documents. Well, we heard about the Natasha tip, didn't we? That was in the document, wasn't it? Pretty sure. Definitely not Shan's voice. I still find it hard to believe that Brandon knew anything that soon. Police only got there at 10:27, right? He didn't. Unless he had a police scanner, which, why not just say it? And it's not that he was working with RCMP or Major Crimes Unit, more like they were telling him to stop posting, making TikToks, and saying they lost evidence when they didn't. That's why he removed his posts. They certainly don't tell witnesses if they've lost evidence. You're lucky if anybody finds out they lost evidence unless it comes out at trial on the stand under oath. So that part I will straight up call bullshit and have since day one, since I heard it. Didn't happen. Absolutely did not happen. Yes, this is the guy that was fishing. Brandon was an accidental witness, apparently, and it was a new pink cardigan, not a blanket. Interesting. He said it was pictures he saw when they went missing, so he'd never met the kids. Yeah, this is everybody noticing the same thing Melissa did when she noticed it. He may have meant when the photos of them came out was the first time that he ever saw the kids, which is wild to me if he was part of the family. I don't know. Like I said, we don't know the family dynamic. I have no idea. He's clearly saying he was not there at the time. Agreed. He only seen their picture after they went missing. Thank you. So how does he know there was no one there at 10:30 if he wasn't there? Good question. Maybe that's what he was saying. I don't know. He saw them by photo. Hey, cool. She definitely allowed him to believe she was an RCMP officer. He did say he talked to another one of you Mounties. Okay. Yeah, she probably definitely... Ooh. Oh. She probably should have clarified her identity at that point, because that's... Yikes.
So...
Yikes. Go ahead. Sorry.
I went back to this, and Cool J, you're right. At that point was the perfect opportunity to say, I'm not an RCMP officer, I'm a PI. I agree with that. But I went back to this, and he said that he never laid eyes on the kids in his life, that May was the first time he laid eyes on the kids. Okay, maybe he is talking about pictures. But he said, I swear to the Bible, there's nobody on that road at 10:30 in the morning that I stopped to talk to. He's not saying nobody was on the road at all. He said there's nobody on the road at 10:30 that he stopped and talked to. I mean, we can go back and listen to just that portion, but that, I mean, right here is the transcript of what he said. I wanted to clear that up real quick.
Carla, this information comes from the same person, and it's Jenna Jowdry, and that information was not accurate. It was not Jenna Jowdry. Jenna is in Halifax and had been in Halifax and did not return to the area until June. So that was mistaken identity, and I think, like, it was from the same quote-unquote statement, but it turned out that that person is actually Emily Ogley. However, if I'm not mistaken, and I mean, I could be wrong. I'm so fucking confused at this point, but wasn't she with whoever actually turned the blanket in, or turned the t-shirt in later in the day? So she went back there? I don't know. You guys, this is crazy. Yeah,
because that was in the document that I did, was her statement of being there about the blanket.
I'm remaining open at this point because witnesses tend to get discredited, but Brandon has served this country and is out there searching on his own. I think the Mackenzie clan is getting nervous at his findings. That's your prerogative, absolutely, Sesame. Thanks for being here. I think he was told by other people to remove his post so that it could be revised and put out again now. Oh. So actually, I said that to somebody last night or the night before. I have no choice but to put this stuff in the pile of whatever till we get more confirmation and just wait for the next one to come out, if you get what I mean. But if Brandon saw something, pink shirt, and no one was talking about it, would you think the RCMP lost it? Maybe they want him to shut up. Would you think the RCMP, maybe they want... And I've been saying the same thing about anybody that comes out with what could be credible evidence. You don't talk about it on social media. And did they maybe ask him to delete his public posts and stuff because it is considered evidence? Maybe. But what I'm saying is it didn't happen that they told him they lost the evidence. Like, that didn't fucking happen. Maybe he misunderstood what they were saying, but no way. You're lucky if a cop will admit to losing evidence on the witness stand under oath. Just saying. No offense, law enforcement, but it's true. I've seen it before. I think there's a lot of people involved and all they're giving us is lies because they don't want to serve any time. We want justice for Lilly and Jack and we are not giving up. That's why we're here. But Corbin, the best and only way to keep a secret is if you're the only one that knows it. Like, how many people are in this trusted circle that haven't breathed a word? And there is a lot of pressure. You know? I'm actually disgusted. I think the people trying to find answers and not mentioning names are the ones screwing with witness statements and or playing both sides. I agree. Totally agree. What did you say, Gran? I don't know what you're talking about, what you're referring to. I can't get on board with Brandon. I'm doing my best. If I came across potential evidence, I wouldn't be sharing it online. This case is more important than internet clout. We have 2 missing children. Okay, so devil's advocate. When it was first found, he was sharing it with people whom he trusted at that time. He wasn't... Did he make public posts about it? I don't know. I know he talked about it on TikTok. But I don't know. But at this point, if it's real evidence and he's a real witness, shouldn't be talking at all. And because Daniels talked some shit on my live stream, shouldn't be enough to, force you to come out and jeopardize the evidence that you found or your statement or your information. Do you know what I'm saying? Because now look where we're at. Look where we're at. I agree. That wasn't him. That wasn't hers. There's no way. Shan's group she was searching with ran into Alvin, his friend, and either girlfriend or wife. Alvin and his party was not part of the Please Bring Me Home search. They were searching on their own. Right, Shar, make it make sense. You go there to plant shirts, someone sees you doing it, and then you go back and plant and find more later in the day. Say what? I agree. Make it make sense, guys. And if you have this information, and if it's not vital information to the investigation, which too late now anyways, because guess fucking what? Now the entire social media in the Jack and Lilly case is talking about it, so it's no secret anymore. Just come out with it. Just tell us exactly what happened and in real time, in your own words. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to give me an interview or anything like that, but do a pre-recorded live premiere, unedited, chat with Brandon and just set it straight. And I understand, well, we need to respect his privacy, but shouldn't have made the post on Monsters of Chaos then. Come on. You cannot be seriously asking people to respect his privacy when he posted on Monsters of Chaos. In this case, in this community, doesn't make sense. I don't understand why Chrissy is doing this PI work and why Daleen is representing Brandon. I don't think she is. Let the RCMP do their work. I feel it's interfering with the investigation. I can't even say, but I would assume that if it was interfering with their investigation, they would have said something. Who knows, though? Either way, it completely kills Brandon's statement of that AM event. I agree. That's my point. Was that the purpose of this video, or has it somewhat backfired? Because I take it the same way. Deanna Peach, awesome. Thank you so much to do that. Thank you, lovely. If they aren't telling Anita to shut up, they didn't tell him either, in your opinion. Absolutely. Why is that? The most bizarre thing to me is talking about evidence on the internet. RCMP will not solve this case due to their own stupidity. No arrests yet. Was Alvin McKenzie on Gairloch Road that morning, or Lansdowne Road? Because he said he wasn't on Lansdowne, but we know he was in the neighborhood around that time Jack and Lily went missing. And was he searching? And if he was searching, that would have meant that he would have been one of the calls to come help. But he had never met the kids before, so why is he on that call list? I don't get it, you guys. Some of these people have turned in information and now telling all to prove they know stuff. This is going to be bad. It already is bad, in my opinion. Was it on Lansdowne Road? Because I swear he was seen on Gairloch Road over by Lansdowne Lake area. Says who? If any witnesses seen or heard or found anything, you would not be telling anyone apart from the police if you want to genuinely help the case. How can you argue? In my opinion, hey Angelina, Daleen and Chrissy should both have their licenses revoked. Oh, why you make me read this stuff? Sorry, what did you put up? Sorry.
Sorry, I clicked it by mistake. I was trying to star it and accidentally clicked it.
I see. Oh, you're starring stuff? I'm doing my best to get to the bottom of chat here. Why were so many people fishing on a cold, damp morning? Best time to fish, Roots. Even I know that. He made posts with pics and vids, yes. It's not good. So I can see the RCMP going back and saying, you need to remove those, like now, until we determine whether or not it has any evidentiary value. But they're not going to say, oh, by the way, we lost that evidence. Delete everything off your phone. Like, no. Nope. No, sir. Didn't happen. I don't cruel RCMP have any capacity to solve this. It's so frustrating, comfortably numb. I'm starting to get on board that train with you. I'm so far behind what's been happening in this case. Just adding to your chat today to say hi. Mary, thank you for joining today. Too much has happened and absolutely no progress in the investigation. Put it that way. Jack and Lily are still missing, and they are more lost than ever. Okay, here's another. Alvin got all pissed because he didn't want to end up on her YouTube show. I don't know if she tried to take pics of him or what, but there was an argument, and this was at the Please Bring Me Home search, guys. Interesting. Is Bossman still here? Because I believe Bossman would have been around. I don't know. I knew about the bloody underwear in the first 2 months. Checked my notes. Yeah, I did too. But I thought that stuff was found further away. I thought it was found further away. I think whatever happened to the kids, it's not as confusing as all the players that are involved. to make it impossible to figure out. I agree. The RCMP look really, really bad. Starting to. That wasn't Alvin Shenanigans saw it was Harvey. The person messaging me, did you see that? It wasn't Alvin, it was Harvey. I agree, Shar. He should zip his lips if he wants to be credible, but we can't force adults to be adults. Shall file this away and exhibit 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5 in the brain. Yeah, I got it in file 13 at the moment, but I won't empty the recycle bin just yet. It'll stay there. But after this, I'm not revisiting it because clear it up. We shouldn't have to ask somebody to clear it up. You know, we were asking Daniel, Janie, even Malaya, clear it up. It was like a broken fucking record for like 8 months. Clear it up. And now we have to do the same thing to witnesses or respect their privacy after they've given us some statement on a Monsters channel. What? Make it make sense. He's making stuff for Monsters of Sabotage. I'm not going to go so far. I don't think Monsters of Chaos is connected to the other ones, and I do not think that Monsters of Sabotage has anything to do with AB or Mike DeMann. So I'll disagree with that. He's waived his right to privacy last year. Oh, I just hit go to the bottom, so sorry guys. Also, Brandon has some mental issues and his own history with CPS. Just because he was service means nothing. Well, I mean, respect where respect is due, and I do believe that those mental health struggles have to do with his time in the military, so I refuse to judge him for that, and I hope he's doing well. No one knows it's part of the lost evidence. Stop it. Takes the private away from PI. I've never seen a lawyer out on social media so much, so bizarre. Just hope their actions don't hurt the case. I think you guys, and I have to rest my hat on the fact that I believe that if anything was hurting the investigation, they would tell whoever is responsible to shut it down, knock it off. Look around you. What's gone? What remains? And then if you have screen recordings or anything, I suggest you go back and watch things that are no longer available to the public. That's all I'm going to say about that. Moving on. I heard a big dog outside. I went outside thinking, oh, it's just Harley. It's raining outside. He's loving life, and I don't want to let him in because everything is so clean. Everything is so clean, and he's going to come in here and muddy everything up, and I want to wait till his grandma and grandpa get here so they can get muddy with him. Why can't both Brad and Brandon be telling the truth? I don't think one has to do with the other. What was T-Bag arrested for, Damien? You're here, do you know? Just a rumor. Sinister, good to see you. What did Baby Monkey say? Oh. Unfortunately for Brad, Justin Smith would only confirm hearing one back and forth trip from the house. Brad stated 3. If true, we can only consider one trip, seeing as how only one can be confirmed by 2 people. That could very well be why Justin Smith had a polygraph. But just because, like Justin, and I'm not, whatever, but Justin very well could have fallen asleep and not heard the other 2, you know? I don't think they're attached. What I'm saying, he had been sending all of them messages and pics. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea why everyone is asking why Brandon should lie when we have Vincent, Anita, Larry, Shannon, Taylor, Durwood all lied. It's very simple. People are sick, period. Again, we can agree to disagree. I believe that Anita has some serious issues. She likes to exaggerate, elaborate, and add shit to her versions of other people's stories. Larry, I don't know enough about. Shannon, if it's the same one I'm thinking, disagree. Taylor, again, not well. Durwood, I believe Durwood believes every word that he says, so that doesn't equal lie. Maybe naive, not lie, but I won't, but people should do their own research. Maybe damn Grendel knows. Monsters of Chaos has no connection to AB, Mike Demand, or Monsters of Sabotage. We do like content from multiple content creators. When Brandon shared his comment with MOC, it was shared with the true crime community with Shards Live. Exactly. It was posted. Monsters of Chaos was in my chat at the time. Let me know that it was posted. I pulled it up and reread it. And chaos ensued, and here we are. But if you don't want something to go, it's not even viral because it's on my live stream where I'm lucky to have like 100 and whatever people in here. But word travels fast and everybody knows it. So that if that's not your intention, then don't put it on social media because it's going to go places if you do. And it's going to go quick. I wonder if Brad had to take a polygraph. I don't think so. Melissa, please take over. Harley is knocking at the door and she's going to get it all muddy. Gonna go let him in.
Okay, well, while she's gone, I'm gonna go away from chat here and look at some of these starred comments that I had starred. Kelly says she did ask him if he'd report it directly to the tip line, which I find strange in my opinion. I agree. Like, she asked him, well, if you don't want to talk to me, will you report it to the tip line? Will you, write a sworn statement? Will you tell the RCMP? Like, obviously, he tipped it in somewhere, unless it was just on social media. I don't know. I can't say as I believe one or the other, or I take what everybody says with a grain of salt, unless there's something to back it up, if that makes sense. Like, Tent entered Cindy's premises under false pretense. Correct, he did, under the I'm going to buy your horse trailer. And Chrissy didn't identify herself when Alvin asked her. We didn't hear it, but again, could this be a clipped version? Could she have said it before and clipped that part out when she first talked to him? I don't know. I just find this whole thing a little odd, but I'm going to try to clean up the audio so I can hear what he's saying better. As much as it's good to have any witnesses speak, I felt that Chrissy extended over her reach. I mean, maybe, but she's following up on a tip, so I would think that is in her purview. He may not have thought she was law enforcement, or he may have thought she was law enforcement since she said she was on the case and asked for a sworn statement. I can see where you're coming at with that, for sure. Chrissy is interfering in an investigation. More so, the audio put her out to the public domain. I don't know that she's interfering. I mean, if she's a PI and it's her job to look at this case, then she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. I mean, I don't know that she's interfering. I can say that some of the stuff she said isn't really probably the best. Like, I think it was DT, or Dolly, I don't remember which one. She went on there and said it was a bloody shirt, and it wasn't a bloody shirt. It was a shirt that had some sort of stains on it that could be blood. So I think her wording is off, but just because I'd word it different doesn't necessarily make it wrong. If any witnesses seen or heard or found anything, you would not be telling anyone apart from the police if you want to genuinely help the case. I agree, Lori. Like, I agree. He put pictures on Facebook. I don't know whether or not that's true. So, in my opinion, I think whatever happened to the kids is not as confusing as all the players. I agree. I think it's probably a lot less complicated than we think. And I think there's a lot of people making it more complicated than it needs to be. Well, whether or not he met the kids or not, if it is me, I'd be calling everyone nearby to help regardless right away. I agree, Cindy. He's family. So I would call my immediate family in the area and say, hey, no, you've never met the kids, but they're missing. Can you please come help us search? Because in my opinion, the more eyes, the more likely they are to be found. So whether or not he ever met the kids is irrelevant to me, because he could still search. He could still call out their names. He could still look for a little boy and a little girl, either walking in the woods or hurt or whatever. It doesn't necessarily mean he has to know the kids to search for the kids, in my opinion. Polly said, let me get this straight. Brad, the ex-criminal neighbor with beef, was automatically believed. No, he wasn't. First of all, no, he wasn't. There's still a lot of people that don't believe him. But Brandon, the veteran, is being discredited. No, I wouldn't say discredited. I would say people are trying to figure it out and find the truth. I'm assuming because people want to believe only Daniel Martell is to blame. I don't agree with that, Polly. I really don't. Whether or not you're a vet, whether or not you're a con, it doesn't matter. The truth is the truth. And I will listen to what both say, and I will make up my mind which one I believe. But I'm not going to automatically believe the vet over the con, because a vet can lie just as well as a con can. So it doesn't matter to me, and I may get hate for this. It doesn't matter one way or the other who did what in the past. It matters whether or not I find them credible. End of story. That's the same as saying, well, because an ex-con is on the stand at a trial, you can't believe what they say. And that drives me nuts when defense attorneys try to pull that. Clutch Them Pearls was saying yesterday now that there's 2 different cars that were heard that night. News to me. Well, Cindy, it shouldn't be. Brad said and has said from the beginning, from Sunny's channel over to Char's channel, I've got many screenshots of it, that he heard the one car go 2 or 3 trips, and then on the last trip, the 4th trip, that it was a different vehicle. That's been his story the whole time. So maybe you just didn't hear it, but it's not new. I'm not sure why you are telling I don't know about that one. That must not have been one I starred.
No, I start that one because it's interesting to me. I had a point why I started, but Damien, hopeful. I'm not sure why you are telling us who Shan may or may not have seen. I'm assuming you were there, which means that hopeful is correct, which means I'm pretty sure I know who you are. So just pointing that out, Damien. So that means hopeful is correct. But anyways, go ahead.
So I already went over the ones I starred. If you want to take over with the ones you starred, and I'm going to catch up in chat because I'm way far behind.
Sure, I have no idea. Okay. So this, I think, is where Daleen came into chat, and I haven't been able to keep up with Daleen's responses to this, but I did hear about this. Have we touched on the fact that these supposed emails and new statements from Brandon to creators were not written by him? Prior handwriting and typing communications verified to be him do not match these new statements or emails. Who verified that, Gran? Was it ever stated that Ron Ron and Alvin were on the property the morning of May 2nd. Ronald, yes. Alvin, I don't think so. The only reason I can think that law enforcement isn't addressing any of the online drama is because they are allowing people to get comfortable, letting them think they don't care, maybe hoping someone will talk. Yeah, well. If Brandon was really involved in search and rescue like he claims, he would know better than to put all this stuff out online. Huge red flag. I'm not going to allow disrespect. If you don't like somebody, please block them from yourself. Daleen is allowed to talk in here, and I don't expect anybody to attack her. Please and thank you. Appreciate it. Grindel, if you hired an expert and have a report, I'm all ears. But if this is amateur hour and just guesses, I will vigorously defend Brandon. It's not Brandon that you need to defend. It's all of the different statements that have come out under Brandon's name, Daleen. That's all. And if it's legit, then, like I said, he doesn't have to come on a live, and fair enough, people need to respect his privacy until he makes public posts or sends information to content creators to put out under his name. And then he's just, I don't want to say that he's up there with Anita just throwing shit to throw shit, but his stories, when we can't clarify them, we can't clear things up, and we can't verify them, cannot be taken as fact. It's a sad state, but this is where we are in the case. And I don't mean any shade to you or Chrissy or even Brandon for that matter, because I like to believe that everybody is doing their best. There are two people that I can think of off the top of my head that are literally doing their best to fuck things up for innocent people. Other than that, everybody else, I believe, is in it for the right reasons, and we just need to hear directly from people, not live, not in real time. I get it, but it's just my opinion, and I understand where you guys stand with wanting to protect this person. I get it, but this is the community that we're in. This is what it is, and that post that he made was directly after Daniel said whatever he said about his mental issues, maybe not worded properly, but it didn't. If the star witness has credible information that's important to the investigation, whatever Daniel Martel said on a live stream on fucking YouTube does not justify coming out and making that statement because he was pissed off at Daniel. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Not in my book. Oh, I just said, maybe I should go to the bottom because hopefully everybody's being nice. After what I just said, everybody be nice. Hopeful is not correct. Well, then Damien, if you think you know who Hopeful is, they must have saw or heard or been there to see who Shan talked to. Then 1 + 1. Justin, nice to see you. Oh my God, here we go again. I gotta skip because you guys are just. Where does Brandon stand now? He's not the same, like for me, he's not the same as Anita, but he's in the same file as Anita right now because nothing is being clarified. It's just more mud. And with this new Monsters of Sabotage video, we're just like, so was Brandon mistaken? Was, the PI and lawyer mistaken with the statement? and no clarity. So I don't know if they're calling Alvin a liar. I don't know if they're saying we made a mistake. And then you go to the comments, and for me, it's just like, okay, more, please. Give me more, please. Everyone seems a little snarky tonight. That's right. And if nobody's going to be nice, I will end it. I got in-laws coming, and I'm not in the mood. I wanted to talk to you guys because you're nice.
So they're asking for a poll.
Okay, 1 second. I would like to address this. I don't want anybody to worry about what goes on between Daleen and Grindel. They know how to block each other if they choose to. Those two can butt heads all day long. And it's fine. Those two get a free pass here. With each other only. Because Grindel can hold his own. And so can Daleen against Grindel. So just don't pay attention. If you don't like it, just block them from each other, okay? Everybody wants a poll. What would they like the poll to say?
Well, I guess you could say, do you believe Brandon? Do you take it with a grain of salt and just think about it? Do you discredit it altogether? Or unsure? I'm not really sure what the poll would be. But I have an issue, Mr. Justin. I see you in chat. And I have an issue with you. I was in your live the other night. Granted, I have to catch you on replay because I didn't see the whole thing. But you need to seriously hit the little button and play the little bullshit kid more often than you do, because it's hilarious. It drives me absolutely insane when you hit that, because I sit here and laugh until I can't breathe and you don't hit it enough. Okay? Just my 2 cents. Love you, by the way.
Keep going. I'm creating a poll. Just give me baby YouTuber, doing my best. Continue.
Okay, so I have I can't talk now. I have a couple of starred comments. Mary Melbourne, I'm not sure who you're talking about here. Alex got arrested. Send me information because I'm not sure who you're talking about. I don't know. Maybe I just missed it. I don't know, but I don't. I know, right? It's hilarious. And he doesn't hit that little button enough for me. I'm sitting here screaming at my computer. I want the bullshit kid. Just saying. Love you, Justin. I need more of the bullshit kid, okay? Just saying. Question, has the new search warrants been resolved, or is it still open to interpretation? I don't think that's for us to know. Just saying. Yes, he is. He's hilarious. He cracks me up. He makes me hit my inhaler way too many times sometimes because he's hilarious. Justin, his statements to who? Because his very first statements were made to Brad, which were posted. But I don't know. I file, as far as Brandon goes, I file it into I need more information, and I'll take it with a grain of salt for right now. Why would get close to AB to send emails to, why not the others as well? We can't tell people who to talk to and who not to talk to.
Quickest poll ever. It's there. Just simple. Is Brandon's information credible? I don't like to use the word lying. Never have, even with Daniel. People are saying, oh, he lies, blah, blah, blah. I never like doing that. Inconsistent. Is the information credible? That's it.
You need to add undecided to that. Yes, no, or undecided.
Oh, for Pete's sake. No. It's yes or no. If you're undecided, then it's no. Just for now. I don't want to do another one. But if that's true, Daleen, if Brandon's first statements were directly to local police and then the major crimes unit, why did he post it on Facebook? And can you explain then why it was said that he was asked to delete all of the pictures and stuff off his phone because they lost the evidence? Like, I'm stuck on that, and I haven't heard that for a while, but I'm just saying I'm stuck on that, and that calls all of it into question for me. Just for me.
Well, for me, if his first statements were to the police and to major crimes, then why did Chrissy say, and I'm not trying to be mean here, but why then did Chrissy say, well, will you report that to the RCMP? Will you write a sworn statement to that? Why was it made to seem as if it wasn't tipped into major crimes in the first place? Honest question. I'm not trying to be mean here, but if it was reported to the police, then why was her question, well, will you write a sworn statement? Will you turn that into the tip line? Like,
Yes. So for anybody that's trying to tell us about criminal network being arrested in Pima County, I'm aware of that. It's got nothing to do with this case. But I do think that it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was because it's basically a trespassing thing. Like he was camped out in front of Nancy's house, something like that. Yes, he did. And Belinda is, she's supportive, but she's also skeptical of everything and anything. And who can blame her, to be honest with you? Not sure he posted on Facebook afterwards. Well, it absolutely was. Like, I have screenshots that it was early on. But then he removed everything, and I get that. But not really. Tell me, even if, okay, so let's pretend for a second that Brandon actually got there. When he said he got there, he saw Alvin and Emily and Hayden and Mystery Man and the shirt and all of that stuff. How does that equal an arrest, Mama Angie? It would depend on any kind of DNA found on the shirt. It would depend on any, boot prints or anything leading up to there. Like it's still no different than the blanket. It's just shit. It's just stuff. Maybe evidence, maybe not. Like, how does that equal? I don't think so. I have to disagree with that. Angelina, I'm going to ask you one more time to be nice. Nope, there wasn't anything shown because it's not new. I don't think that the public post was from the actual Brandon. He would know better than to do that. Then how did they get the pictures of the items? What? Brandon wasn't asked to delete his videos or photos that I'm aware of. Okay, we need to go back and, which I'm not doing here, but I suggest go back to the DT call-in and now I have to go back too, because was that privately with me or because it was said? And I remember I lost my shit. I lost my cool because it didn't happen. Didn't happen. Cops don't admit, they will not tell a witness that they lost evidence. Just, no. Didn't happen. But I heard it from one of you. I did. I know I did. Too many canaries in this case. That's my answer. And so-called professionals discussing details out to the public on social media. And who the fuck is Brad Turner? If you know Brandon and he has spoken with Brad, can't the PI put together who Brad Turner is or Larry Bear? Well, I think Larry Bear is Larry Cameron. It's no secret there. When? Daleen, do you know when this call happened? Alex?
But it's not Chrissy's job to do that. It's just, maybe I don't know what a PI's job is. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, but it's not a PI's job to reach out. I mean, I get, reach out, confirm it, keep investigating, but it's not her job to reach out and say, well, will you make a statement to major crimes? Will you talk to the police? That is the RCMP's job to reach out and say, okay, this is what we have. Now we're going to investigate this. And they're going to go talk to that person. It is not the PI's job. Maybe I don't know what a PI's job is. I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid.
Hey, Belinda. I thought on search and rescue audio, there was something about a headband and a water bottle. I heard something about this very early on. I did too. Wasn't it? I don't know about the headband, but I'm pretty sure Daniel was talking about a water bottle at some point, wasn't he? I don't know. I can't remember.
Yes.
The call was just past the 7-month mark, according to the call. And he said in the call, I've already talked to one of you Mounties before, correct? Which could be why he was so confused. Like, why are you... But that's reassuring that the police followed up with him. But again, is it credible? Is it evidentiary value? I don't know. But, Daleen, did you not on several occasions include up on Hidden in the Fog panel that Alvin was there, verified Brandon's version of the event, and also stated that Alvin gave a statement to RCMP? Well, she said that he did. Here, today. I don't know. You know what else? I have to go shut my door because I'm freezing. Go ahead, Melissa.
So I understand that a PI can ask somebody to talk to the police, but she shouldn't have to because the police are going to do their jobs. I understand, a PI, like I said, investigating further on their end what they can do, but I don't know. I go back and forth here. It really does sound like she was making it out to be more of a police officer than a PI, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just how I took it.
Well, Justin and Daleen, you can, well, no, this call made us all think that Alvin wasn't there at that time. Did it not? Am I crazy, Melissa?
No, I mean, that's what he said. He said he was not there. So I don't know. This whole case is just absolutely confusing. I wish we could just get honest answers and honest witness statements, or just honesty altogether from the people on the property, whatever, and stop all these games. Jack and Lilly have been missing way too long. They need to be brought home. And if you really do have information and it really is true, accurate information, then once you report it to the RCMP and they think it's accurate information, shut your mouth. Don't go on social media. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I understand people talking, but I feel like we're just chasing our tails at this point with all of the crap that is coming out. Even like Mike DeMann and Anita the other day, they were talking about, well, if Cody was still around, this wouldn't have happened, or Cody should have followed up more or something like that. They had their facts all wrong, right? Like Cody chose not to fight Malaya for custody. That was his conscious choice. That is what he decided to do. And I know the reasons for that. If Belinda wants to say them, that's fine. I understand his reasons for it. But Jack and Lilly need to be found. And all this BS that's going on is not getting us any closer to figuring out where Jack and Lilly are. It's just not.
Truth, expose them all. Truth. Okay, so listen. I think if you believe Alvin, you will think he was there, but he admits to being on Lansdowne Road at the time Brandon said he was there. What am I missing? Melissa, do you mind putting the link to the Monsters of Sabotage video in the chat for Justin so he can listen to it? But like my head is starting to hurt because this doesn't make sense. I'll put that up.
All right, it's
Truer
there for you,
word.
Justin.
Thank you. I think Brandon chose to tell the wrong people on YouTube. No offense to Justin, but all of us on YouTube are the wrong people to tell. Like our hobby is digging into true crime cases and letting you know all the shit we find out. You know? So by all means, keep telling your stories to YouTubers, but don't expect it to stay private for most of them. It's kind of the purpose of having their YouTube channels, right? Doesn't he live on that road? I don't know. Daleen is right. He said he was there at that time. On Lansdowne Station or Gairloch? Okay. He says he went to Ron's house around 10:30 a.m. Do you know, Daleen, what time Ron went to town with his mother? Because I think that those two times overlap. So, like Justin said earlier, there's some fuckery afoot. Judge Judy says if it doesn't make sense, it's probably not true. Can Monsters of Sabotage make a meme of an orange tractor hauling a manure spreader spitting out lies and BS? Might make someone's head explode, though. He was there at 3:30, not 10:30. Huh. Brandon can trust you, I'm sure. Hopefully he pulls... Listen. Would it be terrible for me to say I'm not interested? It's like I have no interest in talking to Anita. I know I'm not saying he's like Anita. It's the information and the fact that I know that we're never going to get to the bottom of it, and it would drive me bonkers. Send him to Justin. No, that's Alvin speaking with Chrissy Travers. Go ahead, Melissa.
Well, I don't know what to say. I think I've said everything I needed to say about it. Um, I just happened to see Justin's comment there, so I wanted to put it up. But I'm trying to go back up here and look for it, but somebody said this call made, there it is. This call made Alvin look better and Chrissy look worse. I don't know about that. Like I said earlier, I take everything and I'll listen to it. And what you find credible and what I find credible might be different, but I think that all we can do is listen to what everybody wants to say and then make up our mind what we think is more credible. But unless it's helping us get closer to finding Jack and Lily, then I have to file it in the, okay, well, I heard that, but I'm not going to put a whole lot of faith in it.
And that's another thing too. I'll get to Gren's comment here in a second, because Nessa Lynn said new AB live on Brandon. I mean, that just leads me to my next question, Daleen. Is he really communicating with A Balance regularly? Connect those dots for me. Like, seriously. Seriously. And Brandon's other statement, he said he was out on his quad when RCMP arrived. Arrival 10:27 a.m. How you on your quad at 10:27, but your truck at 10:30, 10:38, 10:40, 10:45, 10:50. And also, he had said that he left at 10:10, left his house at 10:10. He knew that because his fiance was home for lunch. But I heard she was a teacher, so how does that work? But anyway, that's besides the point. And then he got there, he noticed something was going on, there was activity. He ran into Alvin and then went and found law enforcement, talked to them, see if there was anything he could do to help, and then he went home to get his quad. So, I mean, I hope you guys can see the questions that everybody has. You know, like, this isn't us just picking it apart. This is us saying, whoa. We know how to read, and maybe certain things are cut out and certain aspects are missing or times are wrong or whatever, but now it's all out there, so just clear it up. Clear it up. It shouldn't be hard. Right. So you want people to respect his privacy, but yet he is free talking to A Balance. Makes sense. Anita's number 2 fan. Like, Brandon's other statement does not say he was there on a quad at that time. His words are being twisted. If you actually read everything that's been put out, that's what I mean. Things could very well be getting twisted, so just clear it up. Have Brandon clear it up. I don't know how he would do that. He would have to take everything that's been said, figure out where all these questions are coming from, and just clear it up. I'm with you, Lynn. Brandon shouldn't be talking to anybody but the police if they feel his information is valuable. Absolutely. How many hanging around Lansdowne are also banned from the Shuey Res? I don't know. How many others have a undertaking with conditions? It's not banned from the res, it's part of his conditions. So where's Ron Mexico these days? I miss his moodiness. Busy working. Busy working. Ron went to Brad's for some reason before he took his mother into town. I heard that, but I question whether or not it was actually Brad's or the other neighbor. Do you know? I can ask Janie if Alvin would be willing to clear it up with me. You know. I know. I don't watch it, but I know. Cam, exactly. I don't think we'll ever know until the police arrest people, right? And even then, we're not going to know shit until after the trial, if we're lucky in this country. We for real love AB and Justin. Yep. Absolutely. Hustler, good to see you. He said he saw the hello in the search grid pattern. Couldn't have been for Lily and Jack. If that occurred, he mistakenly made that assumption when it was the hello searching for the missing kayaker. That is very true. That's what I think too. And maybe track down law enforcement, but it wouldn't have been, I don't think it would have been that close. Am I wrong? Like in proximity to the area? Because that's quite possible. It's just weird he went there when they're basically enemies. Yeah. Yeah. His words are being read, not twisted. I said maybe it's you guys that need to sit down and read everything. And just because you know all the backstory and the details, you can't read the words that are written and say, well, it makes perfect sense to us because this, and that. No. If you're going to put it out, you need to spell it out. Like we're two. I just got a glimpse of myself in the camera. Look, now tomorrow I'm going to have videos telling people, Charmaine's stoned. No, Charmaine just doesn't sleep. Anyway, maybe they should all be more like Malaya and shut up. Just saying, I'm not defending Malaya as she should be charged first, but still, they all could learn from her on how to shut up.
Especially
he
if
is, but how do you, Justin? He absolutely is, and I know he is too. But how can you tell us to respect Brandon's privacy with a straight face while he is communicating regularly with a balance? Just asking. Go ahead, Melissa. Sorry.
I was just going to say, especially, as far as taking from Malaya and shutting up, especially if you think what you're saying is important and that you could have to be called into court someday to testify to it. Shut up. Don't say it. If it's something that could truly break this case, it doesn't belong on social media, I guess is the way to put it. And I hate to say it that way, but I mean, don't give the defense up. Well, you said this here and you said this here, and now you're saying this in court. So were you lying then or are you lying now? Don't give them the chance to ask that question.
Good point. Expose them on. We did bring this up the other day too, that probably listening to a scanner radio. But like I said, clear it up because everybody's so stuck on, well, the vulnerable persons alert didn't come out till whatever time. Probably wasn't that alert. It was probably over a police scanner. Clear it up. Shut the public up. If it's true, make it make sense. Is it possible we are so used to liars like Anita and Durwood that when someone truthful comes along, I doubt everything from everybody? Unfortunately. Neither Chrissy nor I have ever coached Brandon in any way. To suggest Chrissy or I have coached him is inappropriate and false. I don't think you have. Somebody say that? Do you have anything else? I know chat is active, but I mean, I told everybody at the beginning of this, I have in-laws coming. So I do have to get going here right away. I said I had a couple hours. It's been almost a couple of hours. Justin, are you going live tonight? Are you talking about this stuff? Oh, Justin's coming on. Perfect. Hopefully he takes everybody's suggestions and plays the bullshit kid more often. Let's just have a look-see at the poll. Can you guys see it? I don't know what happens. Like, I put it up. Can I do this? End poll. Fuck. Sorry. Shit. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Can you guys see it? Is Brandon's information credible? 54% of you say yes. 46% say no. 103 votes. Look at that, Daleen. You guys are so close. So it's not going to take a whole lot of clearing stuff up. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's more shit to talk about. It's unfortunate that people become targets when they're trying to help. But, clear up the weird stuff. Make it make sense to us slow-thinking people. And, and just get back to talking about the people that need to be talked about. Malaya. Why aren't Cindy and all these others getting threats or getting fired? Just the ones trying to solve the case. Makes you wonder. Because they're not talking. However, if Cindy lost her job for speaking up for her grandkids, I'd fly to Nova Scotia and I would raise holy hell with any kind of union. Get her job back. Because I call bullshit. That would never happen.
And even if it did happen, is that a place you want to work for? If you could be fired for searching and asking for people to look for your missing grandkids, screw that job. But then I would also sue the pants off of them.
Yep. And I think she would have the help of every single person on social media. Most reasonable people who actually want the truth. Daleen, he knew the attention this case is getting. You can't go public and then complain people talk about you. Yeah, Daleen, you know this. You know this.
But you do need to get going because you have in-laws coming.
Yeah, I do. I need to go. It's just, I miss my chat so much. Everybody, I don't know what you're generally curious about. Everybody has been so awesome in chat. I want to say thank you to everybody. I will not be back until, depending on what time they leave on Thursday, maybe Thursday. But maybe Thursday night. Probably Friday. Either way, wish me luck. If I think about it, I will record the old father-in-law's reaction to his grandfather clock in his bedroom. Anyways, thank you for being here with me, Melissa. I appreciate you. Melissa's going to go through and clean up that audio and we'll replay it if it's worth replaying, unless Daleen and Chrissy can come out with some clarifications. It'd be great. Am I right?
I will do my best to clean it up. No promises, but if I can clean it up as well as I did the Wade video, I'll be happy.
Beautiful. Okay, everybody. Have a great night. And I don't even know what day it is today. But either way, have a great night. Bye.
Down the rabbit hole, where it stops, no